Two matches this weekend. Let's start with the final, as it's the biggest. Notice it's the final you predicted from the beginning. That made us some money, didn't it?
Okay, that's correct. We can put on the that's the winning money hat. You should have a 6-1 bet here, whoever's betting on this. So the money's particularly good. If you like 1 to 8 with Boyle Sport, which is the best price, I think you have to look at New Zealand as the winners. They are the best team in the world. They're not playing the best team in the world in terms of a team that could win the final. France have difficulties. Having said that, 1 to 8 is a skinny price. If you like France, 15 to 2, you possibly pick up a price like that. A bit of champagne rugby. They have some good players. They can score. I think though, if I was backing France, I would be hoping that France would be ahead at half time. I'd be taking higher than 15 to 2. I'd be taking France at half time, France at full time. Those kind of bets I'd be getting in around. Like I say, home advantage to New Zealand. I'm not too sure that I'd be spending any of my money betting there. I am interested in the first try scorer all the same, and I'm not altogether sure that the bookies understand just quite how the politics of a final will go. I don't necessarily think that it'll be a high scoring game. Now it could run away into a high scoring game, but France will be there to compete, and they have some good players. Now if it's not a high scoring match, you don't throw the ball around a lot. You don't look for Israel Dag to score first or Richard Kahui, and I look at that 9 to 1 and 10 to 1 to be first scorer, and I think I could get better value than that. And then I look and see that the first 6 people in the betting are all black backs, and I think to myself, no, I think a forward's going to score first, and it could be a forward from either side. So if I was to back a New Zealander, Jerome Kano springs to mind immediately. He's one of the 6 nominees for the IRB Player of the Year. He's a good player, he's good hands, and as a 6 you sometimes pick up the secondary ball after the 8's been tackled, or after a breakdown at the scrum. And funny enough, I think this same goes the opposite way, and I talk about this and wait for my Wales game till I tell you what my nap actually is. But if I was to pick a Frenchman to score, I actually would be looking at the opposite way around at a back. Somebody like Vincent Clerc to get an intercept, or them to run a ball wildly, and Alex Palisson to just steam up. These fellas have pace and a little bit of jinkiness, but Vincent Clerc's an old favourite there. I'd go with him because I just feel that the New Zealanders know how to defend close in, as they showed against Australia. But my gut feeling is not a New Zealand back. Like I say, New Zealand to win, and not a New Zealand back to score first.
And what's your thinking on a third place, Wales or Australia?
Yeah, I think this means an awful lot to Wales. I think it's interesting Wales have put out their first team. I'm not too sure what it means to Australia. Third place finals are hard to predict. They tend to go with the momentum. If Warren Gatland and his team will have a sense of grievance bringing it into this, they feel Alan Roland was wrong. They feel as though they've been rightfully robbed of a place in the final, and that kind of adrenaline can get you through an awful lot. I can see Wales winning this, and I think if you get 6 to 4, take it, but it's around 5 to 4. Certainly 8 to 13. Australia is terrible bad value, and if you feel you must back Australia, don't back them at 8 to 13. Do some other bet like half time, full time, or maybe take a look down at the try scorers. Now again, I had this last time with Wales. Just before you go to the try scorers, if you want to back the old favourite Shane Williams, and Shane Williams delivers a hell of a lot for a Welsh player, for any international rugby player. In fact, he probably delivers more than any other rugby player in the world, now that I think about it. But that's neither there. Don't back him to score the first try or the last try or whatever. Back him to be man of the match. It's a much bigger price. Now the odds are if Shane Williams scores a try, it will be the match winning try. He's like that. Certainly to back him to score a try anytime, you only get about 7 to 1. To back him to be man of the match, you should be able to get 25 to 1 from your local bookies. Well, 20 to 1 maybe at a bit of a drop. That'll be the way. But what I do like about this game is that once again they're looking at the backs to score first. Now they might, fair enough, in an open and shut game, but my eye went straight down the field, and I think Wales are going to win, don't forget. My eye went down the field to Ryan Jones, who's an astonishing 40 to 1 to score first or last, depending on what way you want to do it. Now they've got a very the back row has made lots of news this year, and Ryan Jones is the senior player in that back row. Dan Lydiate rarely touches the ball. He's a superb tackler, he's a superb defender, but there wouldn't be a back row move to use him. Toby Faletau is 19, 20, he's played a lot, he's not a lot of game time under his belt here, and I'm not too sure he's the one you're looking for a try. And right there, coming in for Sam Wharton, is Ryan Jones, a former Welsh captain. They are going to have at least 2 moves from lineouts and 2 moves from scrums that are set up for a back row forward such as Jones to score. I think 40 to 1. I nearly say that's the bet of the weekend.
Great, thanks.